friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving back into the Common Planner and I'm going to do a little plan with me for my mid-year reset. Now I really love kind of resetting in June, July because everything's just so much better. Like things are blooming, the sun is out, it's warm and comfortable, and I just feel so much more inspired to be productive and get things done. And a mid-year reset feels to me so much better than setting goals in January in the middle of holiday craziness, in the middle of winter. There's so much pressure in January, and I feel like at the halfway point of the year, it just feels kind of refreshing more than anything to kind of start over and be like, you know what? Forget what happened the last 6 months. Well, not completely, but like, let's learn from the last 6 months and let's just start over. Life pro tip here is that you can literally do this anytime. Like if you want to reset every month, do it. If you want to reset every week, do it. You don't have to wait for any sort of milestone to like start your goals over or like make new ones or adjust. I think it's great anytime. Now I read somewhere or I heard somewhere, I don't remember, that it makes more sense for us to be doing all of our big goal planning in the spring and in the summer because that's when nature is kind of renewing itself and blooming and starting over. And ever since I heard that, it resonated with me so much because yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna feel as great in the middle of winter when it's dark and I'm cold as I do in the middle of spring and summer when everything just feels brand new and it's gorgeous outside and I wanna go out there and do things. Like, it just makes so much more sense to follow the natural rhythm of nature rather than the calendar year. So, anyway, in my last video, I did a walkthrough of my Common Planner Part 2, which covers July to December. And today I'm going to do a little plan with me and we're gonna jump into quarter 3, which is July to September, and just kind of get everything that's in my brain onto some paper. And I encourage you to grab your Common Planner or whatever planner you're using and just like, let's dive in together. I will admit, I don't have as much prep for this planning session as I usually do. Like I didn't really sit down and think through a bunch of big goals or anything, mostly because I've just been busy. But you know what? This is a gentle reminder to all of us that we don't need to over prepare in order to plan. Like let's just dump what's in our brain and that's gonna give us a starting point to make the most out of the rest of the year. And you know what? We're just gonna check back next month and we're gonna see if we still agree with everything that we planned, if we're still aligned, or if we need to make adjustments. That's what life's all about. So let's dive in and let's get some of these goals on paper. I'm gonna start with quarter 3. This is the quarterly goals breakdown. And like I said, I haven't done a lot of prep for it, but we're just kind of taking what's already in my brain and putting it on paper so that I can have a little bit of focus, at least for July. And then I'll check in at the end of July and readjust as necessary. So the first thing that's on my mind is to just cultivate better healthy habits that relate to my nutrition and to my fitness. So I'm actually starting a series here on my YouTube channel that is going to be related to this and kind of take y'all along on my fitness journey. So if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe, stick around. And if you are on a fitness journey, let's do it together. But more about that later. Okay, the next thing that's really on my mind is YouTube. So I actually have 2 YouTube channels, which you probably didn't know. There's this one called Jocelyn Stuff, which I'm just kind of putting all kinds of things about my life, goals, planning. Pretty soon it's going to be about like health and wellness and just kind of chronicling things that are going on in my life, things that I've learned, and trying to find other people that have similar interests or similar goals so that we can grow together. And then the other channel that I have is called Jocelyn Presents. Now this one is actually made for kids. So I am a kids content creator. I've been making kids content for a very long time. First, it was a lot of in-person theater. It's mostly STEM based, so science based for kids. but a couple of years ago I started a YouTube channel to try to translate a lot of the theater work that I had into video form. So if you're a parent and you're looking for science content, check out Jocelyn Presents, and if there's anything that you want to see on that channel, let me know. But these are kind of like my big priorities, is to hone in the strategy and the types of content that I want to put on both of these channels. And I know that sounds like a lot, like I have 2 things going on, but that's also part of my goals that we'll see down here in January on how I'm trying to like grow my platforms, but at my own pace, because honestly, that's where I am in my life. I'm just trying to go at my own steady pace. Okay, so the next one is all about my home. I have a lot of projects. I actually have a giant spreadsheet that maybe I'll show to you one day on just like projects that I want to get done around the house that I've been wanting to do for literally years, and I'm tired of having this spreadsheet and not making progress on it. So I'm really bringing it to the front of my mind and putting it on my Q3 so that I can at least start to make a dent in it. And when I wrote it down, I realized that the top 4 things I want to work on all start with a B. So that'll be really easy to remember. One of them is budget. There's backsplash, baseboards, and blinds. So backsplash specifically, July is my birthday month, and backsplash is something that I kind of want to take time off work for my birthday, but just kind of reinvest it in myself and learn how to do the backsplash on my own. And I haven't decided if I am going to document that process, but if you would be interested in that, let me know. I'm not 100% sure. I might be too stressed out learning how to do the backsplash to document any of it, but we'll see. The baseboards just need some TLC, and then I need new blinds so badly. I still have the ones that came with this house, and they are so old and dirty and dusty, and they do the job. But I feel like for not much money, I can really make my living room space feel really refreshed and brand new. So it's just one of those things. It's not hard. I already know the ones I want. I just have to go do it. And then finally, the sticky, is a musical. So this is something that I don't think I've shared on this channel yet, but I love the performing arts. I'm such a theater nerd, and one of my like bucket list items was to be in a musical. I've always wanted to, but I've never really had the confidence in my own singing voice to audition. And so this musical item here is because I actually got into a musical, and it's going to happen in the fall. So it's just a priority for me to really be present and put my best foot forward and be courageous and like make sure this happens and that I get to cross that off my bucket list. So I'm really excited for what I'm going to learn, and that's part of my Q3 goals because that's when the prep for the musical is going to start. Okay, and so then the bottom of this spread here then breaks it down by month in that quarter. So this is what I love about this planner. It gives you a chance at the top to write like your overall priorities, and then it gives you the month-to-month breakdown so you can really write out what are those very specific steps that you're going to take in order to achieve these goals up top. So I've just dumped a few specific steps that are in my mind already, and then I will more than likely, actually I will 100% need to come back and adjust this later. So in July, my goal right now is to film and upload 4 YouTube videos, and that's 2 on this channel and 2 on Jocelyn Presents. So Jocelyn Presents is actually a channel that I've been having a lot of issues kind of really focusing down on what the channel is exactly. I have a lot of ideas for this channel, and so I think the 2 videos here will be easy, but I really want to dedicate time to making the next 2 videos on my kids channel something that takes some time and helps me carve out what that channel will look like moving forward. And then in July, the budget is like low-hanging fruit, guys. Like I could just do that right now. So maybe I'll start doing that tomorrow. And then, like I said, I want to do the backsplash around my birthday. So it's going to take me at least a week or two to understand the process and like buy all the materials I need, pick out the tile, and then hopefully by the time my birthday rolls around, I'm ready to at least start working on it. I don't know how long it will take. We'll see. And then all I have for August is I know that musical prep is going to start. That's probably around the time that I'll get some of the music for the musical and be able to start working on it with my vocal coach. So that's kind of when I'll start to really be like, okay, this is happening. We're starting to do this. Let's go. And I don't have anything yet for September, though September we're going to be probably deeper into musical stuff. My other goals, I haven't plugged them in because I haven't cross-referenced all of my digital calendars yet. And I didn't want to write them in pen and then have to deal with that ugliness. So this is just kind of what's in my brain right now. I've still yet to decide how I'm going to track like my health habits. I think it's mostly going to be through this series that I'm doing. So it's tied to my YouTube videos. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. And now on this side, this is the spread that I've not really thought about how I want to use it. I mean, I've thought about it, but I haven't decided because I'm not very much of a like tracker kind of girly. And so I tried some tracking in the last quarter spread, but I didn't stick to it at all. So I'm going to try something different. And in the spread, you have it by month. So they give you a space for July, August, and September. I've only filled in the ones in July because I think I'm going to have to come back and figure out if that's working for me for August and September too. But right now I just wrote 2 things in here. The first one is getting more than 8,000 steps. So I'm working towards a 10,000 steps a day goal. I'm not quite there yet. I think that without trying very much, I can hit about 5,000 or 6,000 a day right now. And so my next aspirational goal is 8,000 steps. And so I'm going to challenge myself to do that as many days in July as possible. The next one says no sleep, which is not the goal. Like, I want to sleep, but I've been having a lot of insomnia problems that have gotten a lot better recently. So the purpose of having this on my tracker is to mark down the days when I don't have good sleep so that I can get a better idea of how often it's still happening. Okay, and now moving on to the monthly spread. So I am going to use this spread to plan when I'm filming my YouTube videos and when I'm working on my scripts. So the first thing I did was write when I have Fridays off at work, because I get every other Friday off at work, and those are going to become so important for getting my content finished. So my goal is to film and edit at least 1 video a week. And I think that that's totally reasonable and totally realistic as long as I use my Monday through Friday efficiently. So I haven't decided exactly which days of the week I'm going to be scripting my stuff. I think what I'm going to do in July is more of an audit. So what that means is I'm going to every single day try to see how much time I have left and what I'm able to accomplish. And then at the end of the day, I'll write in what I did. And then by the end of the month, I'll be able to see hopefully a pattern of like which weekdays work best for me to do certain things. And then that'll allow me in August to make a better plan moving forward on how many videos I can realistically make. So the only thing that I know for sure is kind of the days that I am able to record my videos. So that's what I'm going to write in now because this is pen and I only want to write in the things that I am sure of. So I know that the 6th I'm going to be able to film, and I'm off on the 12th, so I'm going to use that as a working day. Film, and then I'm going to put it in here and back here. So I'm going to write it up here so I remember that I'm going to be auditing my time after work. And this will hopefully help me see, you know, maybe Wednesdays are consistently like not the day that I am able to film. Maybe Mondays end up being the day that I have all the energy. We'll see. I also want to audit my workouts. Okay, and the last spread I want to show you guys is the weekly spread. It's the vertical and it's time-based. I love this spread so much. Again, I'm also going to use all of July to kind of audit my time. So I think that every night before I go to sleep, I'm going to block out what I'm doing that day and then see what time blocks I have available. So on the left here, I'm going to probably start a to-do list for the week. And what I'll do every night before I go to bed is if I have any blocks in my schedule that are open, I'll grab something from my to-do list and I'll start to schedule it. And this is really going to lay the foundation for me for August, because I'll have all of this data to look back on and say, okay, I was only able to do 3 scripts, or I was able to do more scripts than I thought, and really figure out like where my pockets of time are. So this one I'm going to do in real time, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like again, and so you can get some inspiration if you're using the Common Planner as well. So anyway, I will bring my Common Planner back at the end of July so that we can see how I tracked my time, what my audit looked like, and where I'm going to kind of adjust moving forward in August and September. So if you're doing something similar, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear how you're kind of structuring your time so that you can get the things you want done. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.